Hello, this is Victor bringing here a new blast from the past video where I'm going to share with you my old orc team. So these are all the miniatures I have in my orc team. This is more than what you need to play, but it was in a way that to give some variety to my team. So you can see that I have the old Morhan Thorg, I have the old Troll, and then I have most of the plastic, all the plastic miniatures plus some metal. So first of all, take into account, let's zoom in and let's talk miniature by miniature. Okay, so I will zoom in here and I will try to explain. So let's start with the most basic one. This is the line, okay? This is the orc line. So these were all the same, okay, all the same plastic miniature. Okay, we have it several times here, and the only one that is different is that because I have one made of metal, so these are metallic. But take into account that all these are one piece, so this is why the shape is so flat. You see the molding direction was always front back, and all of them were on the same position. All were the same, and yeah, you can see also the paint job was not the best in the wall in the moment. This was painted about, I will say, 25 years ago, maybe not that much, just when the previous edition box was released. So this is going to be about more than 20 years ago they were painted, and I like to still using them because I think they have their own personality. They are classic miniatures, and I really enjoy. Let's just make a comparison of scale, and we're going to take my favorite one, the one with this check boots, okay, and we are going to compare to this the equivalent of today on plastic. So although the push feet maybe are not the best miniatures today, I would think the quality is exceptional, but the assembly, some people, there are some gaps sometimes. These ones from Blood Bowl, they were really good. I don't have any problems. I don't think I have used any glue on them, and you can see they are much bigger, bulkier, and they look more scary. This is from the back. So I just changed the color scheme, not that bright that they used to be, but I still like to use the red. So you can see this was quite interesting. Let's talk now about other positions. So this is the defender, the black orc. So I have 3 of plastic, and somewhere here I have to find it. I have the metal one. Here it is, the metal one. So let's put him in the middle again. The metal one is not that different from the plastic one, and they were quite basic miniatures, not too many details. This has a heart in the back. I was normally my defense was based on 4 black orcs. So here we have them, and sorry that I did not paint mine yet, but if I'm not mistaken, this is the equivalent of today. Okay, so this is the one with the you can see that this is really, let me just turn this, I can see what I'm showing. So you can see here the size comparison, okay? So this is what this is today. So again, I was enjoying to doing so freehands. This is the 9/6. I was playing with them all. Each one have their own totem and numbers at the back. So I try to keep. I was quite anarchic. I think they all look like the same team, but each one have their own personality. And the reason was because they are all the same miniatures. I really wanted to give some variation with the colors. With the new kit, we have always we did not solve that, but okay. This was the old black orcs. I think now they changed the name. The blitzers. These were my blitzers. Here we have all the blitzers. I don't think I have a metal blitzer on that case. I only have the plastic blitzers, and I have 3 of them. Each one have their own glove. And if we compare again, it's not painted. This is the blitzer that we have today. Let's put these 2 next to each other. Okay, again, one piece miniature, molded front, back, and this one is a little bit angled, I guess, so you have to go like that, but one piece miniature, not that this one. And this is the reason why they look more static and more when you can do with two parts, then you can start putting one leg more advanced than the other, okay, and make it position more dynamic, like the body twist to the front, so on. When you need to do it with just one piece of plastic, is more static. So here is showing, for me, this is really showing how we have evolved in terms of quality and in terms of complexity of the miniatures. Let's go. The last ones are the throwers. Okay, and here I have one metal, made of metal. And again, although this is metal, you see the molding direction is in the opposite. In plastic, you cannot do this pose because you will not be able to demold the head. The molds for metal are softer, and you can have some undercuts. You cannot have this on plastic, and this is what's the problem they have. So you see, super static, and this is more dynamic, the metallic one, but the plastic ones were super static. They have their own personality when they were launched, and they are showing that they have less. And this is the plastic one. The new one is more similar to the old metal. Okay, again, it's bulkier. But because it's made of different pieces, now you can position the head in the right direction and not looking like a stupid orc with the just handing the ball in one hand. Okay, so here we start. Okay. This is what comes on the basic team. This was the basic team, but then I had some star players. So let's make a look to the star player. The first one is the 12. So this is the old, I think it was Balrog call, and this is the new one, the new 12. See, this is not the name 12. So again, here I think they abuse. Let me zoom out a little bit so they can fit the camera. Not in, out. Okay, I think here they abuse a little bit of trying to make super dynamic, because we also have the goblin here on the top that we holding the ball. So it's really. It's going to be really a challenge miniature to paint, but let's see how it goes. And here is this. It's quite static, as you can see. Again, this metallic, this metal part. In terms of size, I will say it's more or less the same size, because this guy is a little bit tilt to the front, but it was made of two parts: the arm and the rest. Okay. So, and the only reason is to be able to put the arm just punching to the front. I think this is more dynamic, although I'm not fan of this 12. Yeah, they have improved a lot. There is much more detail and pustules and all type of things that we can enjoy on the paint job. Okay, sorry that it's not painting. And the last one I want to share is the old Morhanthor. I think this miniature still has a lot of personality. And I have one of them converted into one of my Ogwins for my Renegade Chaos army. So here we have, this is the Morhanthor. Again, painted very long time ago, and painted with the colors for my orc team. This is really, and at the past he was too cheap, because he is a beast on the terrain. He can do a lot of things, and he was very cheap at the moment. And the last star player, and I just put him. This is painted much later. He is the goblin with the chainsaw, and just this is much similar. I think the goblins, this goblin have a lot of personality. Of course, does not have this big nose that we have on the new ones. This is just a standard goblin, and this was one of the old star players. Okay, I put him this ball to look more awesome, and he trying to hold the ball. So this is my team, and just to complete the team, okay, and you can see that I try to keep the paint job, but it changed. It went much darker than it used to be. Although I try to use the same colors. You see, we have this red, the yellow shoulder pad, and the red shoulder pad, as we have most of them. Well, this is not a good example, but here we have the right example. Okay, I did not put orange in that case, I prefer to go darker. And then we have the coach and sorcerer of the team. Okay, so when I was able to buy a sorcerer, I was buying him and putting some magic power. This is a ball that was heavily used. The paint is being rubbed off. So this is just to complete the exposition, the trophy, because I won one league, and this is the trophy I had for my team. So let's just put them back to the middle. I hope you have enjoyed. So these are really old miniatures, old painted, everything old, except one that is being painted more recently. But this is I played with them in the 90s, more or less. This was when this was the second edition of Blood Bowl. Before there was another edition that I did not play. So I started playing with this edition of Blood Bowl. I think this was the second, if I'm not wrong. And I really had a lot of enjoyment with them. And I'm looking forward to have more enjoyment soon with this team. I think I will put him again on the field. And that's all what I want to talk here. I hope you have enjoyed this showcase, this blast from the past, some old Blood Bowl miniatures. I hope this was interesting for you. I think they have a lot of personality. At least for me, they have some nice how it's called, these memories, and I really like to have them in my collection. So that's all for now. So please leave in the comments below, let me know what do you think. Let me know you played Blood Bowl or not, and if you have played this edition of Blood Bowl in the past. And that's all. As usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.